As we all know, we are living on the brink of some dangerous waters in this country, and these next few weeks are going to be pivotal to what kind of future we're going to live in and leave our grandchildren. With this in mind, we're asking all our various teams to put their other work on hold temporarily and find ways to pitch in and help us in our goal of creating a landslide election turnout in November and saving our democracy. In addition to all the great ideas you've heard about today, especially the EVP I'm so excited about, we're going to ask you to consider also helping us with a social media campaign we're waging. We're going to be hosting weekly workshops, as Paul said, offering guidance and support to those who want to learn more about how to make and share content. And consider the fact that these skills that will enhance our ability to have an impact long after the election is over. It's the way the culture communicates now, so we have to become facile in it to be heard. All our projects, all our other work will benefit from better communication skills. Just to give an example of the kind of impact social media can have, even with no budget or a huge team, a young Indian woman created a social media post standing in front of the Taj Mahal with a homemade cardboard sign decrying all the pollution there. On June 21st, she had 173 viewers, just 2,700 retweets and 10,000 likes. Not bad, but just 11 days later, those 173 visitors had grown to 1,600. Her 2,000 retweets had grown to 20,000, and her 10,000 likes had grown to 186,000. And what happened is that it worked. Government officials took heed of all those retweets and cleaned up the area, as she shows in the second photo. That's the kind of impact we're hoping to have. Our short-term goals with this project are to get our Go Vote message out to voters and get information to them that they don't have to vote, to rally more volunteers to help with our outreach, and maybe using peer pressure. Selfies talking about what we're doing and why we're excited about it may encourage other volunteers to join us, and also to help our state teams find potential collaborators. One of the ways we're doing this is by creating videos talking about why voting is important to us. And we've gotten over 30 responses so far. There's a lot of excitement to create more. We're also asking a couple of other questions for a second series. What are you doing right now that you're passionate about in this campaign? What do you hope it achieves, and how can others help? This can be the election work that you're doing here in EAN. It can also be other voting projects that you're excited about, other groups you're collaborating with. We're hoping to have some of these videos ready for an upcoming town hall where we'll offer up 12 last-minute things you can do to save our democracy. We're also busy making graphic messages to post onto social media, reminders to vote, information on how to register, how to vote by mail. We're making posts expressing why we care so much about this election and focusing on issues that we care about, such as the environment here on the right. And just as important as making content is getting it seen. That's the rub. So we're asking all our members, their friends and families and other networks to follow and subscribe our social media pages. You can go to any of these platforms and just search Elders Action Network, or you can go to our website, and the shortcut of it is there's icons at the top that you can click. It takes you to each platform, and you can follow us, you can comment on the posts, you can like them, and share with your friends. No matter what your level of interest is in making content to share, we invite you to our media workshops because we want to hear your ideas for what messages and what strategies we should be spreading. We want to hear ways we can support your efforts with graphic help as well, because a big part of social media is the visuals. These posts can be shared all kinds of ways, through your emails, to make flyers to pass out to neighborhood associations and events you attend, to submit to other newsletters that you receive. Once we have the information and we have it graphically presented, we can share it all kinds of ways. We're going to be holding these workshops also in how to create art for these posts and videos, learning and using easy new software such as Canva. And we're also going to offer help in how to get your posts seen, how to come up with search words to reach the potential voters that you're trying to reach. We're going to talk about how to use social media better to communicate with our representatives. And Climate Action Now is that app that they were talking about that I use every day on my phone, how to reach the leaders and tell them what I think. And it's really easy to use and fun, and they plant trees too. We're also going to talk about how to use social media to communicate your values to the companies you buy from, not just with your dollars, but with your words, because posts on their internet pages sway policy. And we're going to talk more about how to lobby news media to cover our movement, focusing on the positive solutions that we're working on. I'm going to focus just a minute here on why we do that. Why do we interact with mainstream media? We want to influence the journalists and the media to cover this, and we also want to influence their audience because they follow them, and so posting on them, on those posts gets read. So we need to identify what local media there is, newspapers, radio stations, TV stations, magazines, and the individual reporters that cover this beat. And then like and follow them. Like their posts, share their posts, reply or leave comments. For example, you can also give them pitches. Thanks for covering this. I'll share this with my local chapter of Elders Action, and we'll use this information from your article next time we meet with our representative. Or more direct, thanks for covering this. My local Elders Action chapter is trying to get Representative Smith to support a legislative solution to this exact problem. Would you be interested in doing a story about our efforts? You can be short and sweet. Thanks for writing about climate change. Yes, this issue is so important. I'm glad to hear about it on your show. Great story. How did you decide to cover this? And tell them story ideas about us once you establish a relationship. One of our EAN members is an expert in this, and she's got a new paper out about research. Or our voting teams are registering high school students in your state, or we're creating PSAs for your local radio stations in your area. That's a good way to use your voice. We're going to go into these ideas and more at our weekly brainstorming workshops, but the important takeaway is that we need to use our voices, so please come and learn how. Society needs to hear from us elders now more than ever, and every vote counts, so yours might be the message that convinces a would-be voter to get to the polls. So please email us with any questions and to be asked to be put on our mailing list for upcoming media workshops.